Today we have the Consul General of Spain and the head of mission in Chennai, Antony Lobo, who comes from a prestigious family of diplomats. He is a 1977 graduate from mechanical engineering. Hola, Consul. Buenos dias.
Hola. So you learn some Spanish. Please get into one's foreign language and learn Spanish. Not that because I represent Spain, but Spanish is the second most spoken language in the world.
Okay.
Okay, after Mandarin, not English. And you go whole of America, whole of Spain, and all the Latin America is Spanish. So just a hint I'm giving you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And so just curious to know your mom, your dad, and even your maternal grandfather, all of you are diplomats, and especially you've been representing the government of Spain. So how did this association with Spain begin?
Oh, that's a very good question, but I'll take you back. After independence in the year 1951, okay, the Spanish government were looking for a person. They opened something in Bombay, a representation, not even the embassy. Embassy was opened later. And in Bombay, they opened a consulate because they were looking for people to represent them here. And Spain is a Catholic country, rather Christian Catholic country. And they checked with the internuncio in Delhi. He's the highest Christian appointee in India. He's like an ambassador for the Vatican. Okay, he's the ambassador for the Vatican. And they checked with him, and he's the best person to check. And he checked with the Archbishop and other Christian people in Chennai. And they decided there's only one person, my grandfather, who was a very senior advocate and taking care of the whole of the Archbishop's property of the Archdiocese of Madras. He was knighted by the Knight of St. Gregory by the Pope. He was a very this one. So they appointed him in the year 1951 to represent Spain. Okay, and he did a great job. He was appointed by General Franco because it was a dictatorship that time, and it went on. And he was also been given a chevalier for the work he was doing. The whole of South. It's only for the South. This, and then he passed away. I think 1974 or something when I was in college, and it came on to my father because my father was helping him. My father passed away in 1986. It came on to my mother because they want a pedigree. See, a person, they don't need to take a new person. You might have big people, industrialists, but they may not be as clean as they would require them to be. Like you cannot have a scar on you. You cannot, because it goes through a very big process. Even if they want you, since you're an Indian, you have to be appointed by the President of India. Because you're an Indian representing a foreign, and they have a very tedious process, and most of the people fall off here. In the sense, they get the intelligence bureau, the commissioner of police, the immigration, all to check on what you have done, what you have been doing. They come to your house at random, check everything, what you have applied for. Then it goes to the finance ministry to check your finances. You must not have anything. Then they appoint you. So after my mom, they appointed me. I was still with Leyland as Director International Operations. After College of Engineering, India, I joined Ashok Leyland as a graduate training with Anand and the others. Okay. And from there, I rose to Director International Operations, one of the most glamorous posts at Leyland, because I was traveling around the world looking for new markets, new dealerships, opening dealerships. It was wonderful. Wonderful, but all good things have to come to an end. So after that, I started a company because this is a part of the Hinduja group, called AMLO Advisory Private Limited. And I'm the chairman of that company, founder. I retired from Leyland quite a few years ago, and then I took up this, position of consul general, which keeps me even more busy. Though I'm like an IFS guy, but not an IFS because I represent Spain here. Best point among all this is the King of Spain. He is the monarch, is the head of a democratic monarchy. Okay, and it so happened during our term as a consul over the years, the Queen used to come to Chennai, and she loved Kanchipuram and South India and the architecture. And she was coming maybe every year for 10 years just to spend peace time. And her best friend here, or a friend, was my mother. So it's a different acquaintance. Spain is a very big country, not an easy country. And the second most visited country in the world. First is France, and second is Spain with 93 million. The population is 43.
As you keep saying about these ambassadors, the consulates, the embassies,
Yeah.
so can you tell us in layman terms what is the difference between these embassies? What do they do? Embassies, consulates, high commissions, in layman terms.
First commission is for those Commonwealth countries. India, whoever the Commonwealth, they have decided to call it High Commissioner. Okay, so Delhi, you have the High Commissioner. And the other countries around the world have embassies, ambassadors. That's the only difference between this and this. An ambassador in Delhi, every country, and one or two or three consulates they have all over India to represent them. We have one here, one in Bombay, and one in Bangalore, because Bangalore was recently appointed. It's a big IT sector, very big. So that's how we operate. Now, the ambassador is the envoy of that country in India. And he's a very, very important man. Everything is through the ambassador. Like now you have this problem with Canada. First thing they call the ambassador.
Okay.
And tell what's happening, the Ministry of External Affairs. He's a top bureaucrat. And they've got a big office, 200-300 people in Delhi. So he's the top man and takes all Spanish interests in whole of India. This ambassador covers India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Maldives, and Bangladesh, because these are smaller countries here. So he has one consul in Bangladesh, one in Sri Lanka. In India, he has two consuls. One is me, one more in Bangalore, and one in Bombay. So we have to take care of everything. So once a person came with an application for a visa form. I don't know how they got into a flight there. Came here and they said, I've got my application. They're not allowing me. They said, this is my visa, they thought. It's just an application. So you get all sorts of people. You have to be cool. They are some of them very arrogant. I said, don't be arrogant, because if you're here without a visa, the local police could arrest you. But so why they're not allowing me?
So as I can see, these consuls are serving the interests of their citizens.
And also Indians who are going there. The ambassador has got all the privileges.
Okay.
We as consuls have got little less privileges.
Okay.
Police protection, everything is available as per a Geneva Convention. So there's a lot of privileges we have. All government parties, we have to be called. Then again, it goes in the order of precedence. Order of precedence is first is, I think, UK, then the US, then Russia. I come in somewhere about 8th or 9th.
I think even in the Indian constitution, you've got additional privileges. You're immune to certain laws and regulations.
Immune to so many laws, the police cannot enter my house until they get the clearance from the government. So
India and Spain has got a cordial relation, I think, since 1956, since they established the commission, right? So have we explored the full potential between India and Spain?
See, export, this is about 5 billion, okay? Nothing much. That is export and import. I think in favor of India, 3 and 2 or 4 and 3 or something. There's still a lot to be done. But see, Spain is a country, happy country. And the main income is tourism.
Okay.
Tourism, my God. And today, so many tourists, mainly from the US and UK, because Spain has beautiful beaches with sun, where these Britishers, they have bought houses. All the Americans, the biggest guys are in Spain, a place called Mallorca. If you're not gone, you plan to go there. Some of the best places in the world, so beautiful. Barcelona, that city, you can just walk on the street and it's so beautiful. A lot of artists, and so clean. So Spain is, it is not, but they're doing something on automotives and a lot of other things also. Like the Navy has been buying a lot of ships from Spain, shipbuilding. Now we've got this aircraft coming in, but not as much as the other bigger countries like the US and all that. It's
Okay, so
up
there are a lot of there are a lot more areas of cooperation which we are still exploring.
to
What is one Spanish tradition or cultural element that you wish most of the Indians knew about?
the Spanish tradition is basically good food.
Okay.
Food is gastronomy is wonderful, and they don't have a full meal basically.
Mhm.
I think that is what many of our people have started doing today. And I would suggest, okay, you're young, you can have a full meal every day. As you go older, you can't eat, the food will not digest.
Exactly.
What was this breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all that? But the British had put it because they go for work and then you have to eat. Not necessarily. The Spanish have a thing called tapas, T-A-P-A-S.
Okay.
Go to Spain, you just go to the bar, have a beer. Beer is like water or wine. They hardly drink hard liquor. It's wine. The best wines are in Spain, the vineyards, and it need not be very alcoholic, but beautiful. You have your wine, you finish your business with tapas. Tapas are small servings
Okay.
of whatever you want, vegetarian, non-veg. So you keep on eating a variety you have. Everything. You just have keep eating that. And they keep it around and then start eating how much you want to with their drinks. And then you go home and they party, not party, everybody till about 1 o'clock. They go sleep, come back morning, work. From 1 to 3 is siesta time. Everything is closed. They sleep.
Fiestas and fiestas, the things of Spain,
Yeah. And
right?
then a lot of good fiestas are there. The Tomatino. If you have not seen one of the films, see that one by Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah, the way of life, the festivals and the fairs and that is what we need to learn, right? We need to know about.
Absolutely. See, today
Because
I've
the
finished
Indians linger on
morning.
full meals. Without full meals, the day doesn't get over for most of them.
Yeah, nobody's starving there.
Okay.
Everybody's enjoying, say. And you see,
Yes.
Spain, they are happy. The life longevity is some over 80 plus, and one of the most healthiest countries in the world. On the scale, they are next to 9.5 or something.
Getting a mini virtual tour of how Spain is and the way of life there. So,
I love to speak about Spain. I've been to 90 countries,
okay.
and many of the countries I've been half a dozen times. So when I was in Brazil, they're speaking to me in Spanish because Brazil, there is a lot of Lobos there. I don't
Okay.
know how I got. So I said, I don't know Spanish, I don't know Portuguese, I only know English.
Okay.
But you should travel and take up a job where you can travel so that that cools your mind as well. And very interesting, you meet interesting people on the flights. Huh?
Your designation or your post as a consul is giving you a lot of perks and experiences. So I would like to know if there are any other way. Coming only by becoming an IFS can someone embark on this journey as a diplomat, or are there any other ways or opportunities where one can get to be chosen by another government to represent their interests?
Yeah, there's only other thing is United Nations.
Okay.
You have a big United Nations office here, but it's for United Nations refugees.
Okay.
But anyway, he has got a diplomatic status, diplomatic, very good friend of mine, Mr. Velan. He had to take care of any refugees coming. So
Okay.
that's a United Nations. The other thing is World Bank.
If given an opportunity, would you still stay as a diplomat or would you want to go into the corporate sector?
See, I joined Leyland to make to earn a living.
Mhm.
It's not for the. Now I'm enjoying my living as a consul.
What's your biggest lesson from international diplomacy?
Be calm. Don't jump to conclusions. Be a real. Do everything diplomatically. When I say diplomatically, it means think before you talk. People here, like they say in the North, first they fight and then they think. Here, at least people think and but you have to be more diplomatic in your expression and talk. Talk is your only way of communicating. Diplomacy has to be very carefully looked at. You can't be rough, you can't be abrasive. You have to be very calm and listen and talk and come to an amicable solution for everything, which you can do it only by talking. There are some people who are very arrogant. They don't last long. That's what I feel.
Like how you represent Spain's interest here. If you were given an opportunity to represent CEG, what would you highlight about CEG?
CG is it's a big ocean, and it's up to you to make the best out of it.
Okay.
You have to make it. Otherwise, you can just go down the drain. CG, the lecturers couldn't care less. At least that time, you have to study. We used to spend a night called Devil's Night. I don't know if you heard of it.
No, sir.
You're not heard. Devil's Night is before the exams, because semester system, no? You take all your books, I've got a circle of friends, we sit whole night, we finish the portions. What we did in college, this is no use. We, and among us, we have got very clever guys. So we sort it out. And one thing I remember is, maybe you'll ask me who's my best teacher, was theory of machines. It was something we couldn't understand at all. Theory of machines. And there was a guy who used to do this one, and it was most difficult, and electrical engineering. There's a guy called, what's his name? Palni Swami, huh? Palni Swami. He's very humorous.
Okay.
Looks as he had an electric shock. So very, very nice. I still have that book by Thiraja, so thick. I say, please, in my time, people never went out, they're here only. Today, on your phone, you can go to any part of the world. Please go somewhere and then come back later. And then you'll understand what's happening that side. Go any part. Don't go anywhere. Canada, anywhere you go. Now Europe has opened out. France, you can go. Sweden, everywhere. Go and the job opportunities available. See for yourself and then come back if you want. Don't get stuck here and learn one language. One language you must learn. Don't stick to Tamil, you'll be only in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. You learn Hindi, at least you'll be go to a little bit north. And you go to Kannada, I was in Bangalore yesterday, everything is in Kannada. Not even in English. Huh? So here we have like different countries, but just learn English and one language, foreign language. I suggest learn Spanish. Because in the world, Spanish is spoken almost everywhere. Not French. French is only in France and some countries in Africa. Germany is only in Germany and Belgium. But Spanish is spoken everywhere, South America, even North America. All the parts of America, the workers come from South America. They only speak Spanish.
Okay.
Like here you're calling your electrician, you're speaking Tamil, no? Like that, the guy is only Spanish.
Okay.
My son learns Spanish here and is at least managing. It's difficult to manage. Huh?
Okay.
So that's what my only advice to everybody.
For the students. Okay. And just last question, are there any cultural exchange programs that the students can explore with Spain? Because I see a lot of opportunities coming up as internships with other countries.
Lot of programs, but university has to do it. The other day, a school called KC High. Every year they take about 30 kids and go to Spain, to various families, to get an exposure. Because Spain is also expensive. You know, you have to have somebody to sponsor. The other thing is good football clubs. Even our chief minister's grandson is a part of the football club there.
SEGAM 4.0, the alumni celebration of CEG is planned on January 3rd and 4th, 2025. So please do come. Looking forward to meet you there.
You're a part of the committee, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to come to that auditorium. And I've got another good friend of mine, Mike Muralidharan, who takes a lot of interest.
He runs the Etiraj College for women.
Correct, chairman.
Yeah.
He was in my school, then we went to the same college, CEG. Okay. He's a good friend. I keep meeting him. He's the chairman of Etiraj College. Okay, Sweta.
Nice talking.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your time. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.